Very few men know this, but something happens inside a woman's body that only occurs when she is kissed, touched, or stimulated by an older man. I'm not talking about intuition or romantic ideals. I'm talking about a deep, immediate physiological reaction that appears only when a woman is in front of a type of masculine energy that simply does not exist in youth. An energy born from experience, calmness, mastery of one's body, and the ability to use the mouth not to impress, but to awaken sensations she believed were asleep. I want to start by revealing something that very few women would ever admit openly, but that their bodies confirm every time they feel the mouth of a mature man on their skin. The intensity of their reactions increases when the stimulation comes from an older man. This isn't a pretty phrase. It's neurobiology. When a woman senses she is with a man who has no rush, no need to prove anything, who knows exactly what he's doing and acts from a quiet internal confidence, her nervous system activates responses she does not control and barely understands. Yet, you trigger them effortlessly. And the most fascinating part is this. One of these reactions appears exactly when you use your mouth in that slow, firm, intentional way that only an older man can execute. A way that does not come from fantasy or pornography or theory, but from lived experience. The first secret reaction you awaken in her is called, in neurophysiology, the pelvic surrender reflex. Although the name sounds technical, it is one of the most intimate and revealing signs of female desire. It happens when her pelvis involuntarily softens forward, and almost without noticing, she leans closer to your mouth or your face. It is a subtle, nearly invisible movement, but her body is saying something her mind sometimes won't dare say aloud. I trust you. I want more. Stay right there. This response does not appear with young men, no matter how attractive they are. It does not appear through impulsivity or speed. It does not appear when she feels she must perform or control. It only appears when she senses mature intention behind your touch. When she feels the energy of a man who has lived enough to know that deep pleasure is built, not improvised. And here is the unexpected, powerful part for you. This pelvic movement is not a simple gesture of pleasure. It is a neurological pattern activated because of your way of kissing, your breathing, the rhythm of your mouth, the calmness of your body. All of that sends a clear signal to her brain. This man is safe. This man knows. This man sees me. This man does not rush. And when her brain receives that signal, it releases a potent mix of dopamine, oxytocin, vasopressin, and an immediate increase in pelvic blood flow. This combination creates a state that only exists when deep trust is present. And neurobiologically, female trust responds far more to masculine serenity than to. So many mature women say things like, "With him, I feel something different. My body reacts on." It's not coincidence. It's not magic. It's a bodily reaction you trigger simply years, your natural rhythm, your unhurried way of approaching her. A mature woman roused by presence, by the way an older man uses his mouth as if he were listening to her body, which he explores, by the silent confidence only age provides. The pelvic surrender reflex woman experiences with an older man. And you must understand she cannot control it. It does not allows. It is the involuntary language of her body telling you she feels something special with you. And this is only the below are deeper, more emotional, more transformative, because they have to do with what a woman experiences when an older man awakens her bodily memory and her desire that she believed were inactive. But before revealing the second reaction, you must ask not a technique, but an experience she can never forget. And when you understand, you begin to see something that almost no older man fully realizes. Women don't react that way because you're inexperienced or because you're older. They react that way because the way you use your mouth creates an emotional safety. And when that safety appears, she cannot stop herself from entering the second secret reaction. It's so immediate that while it's happening, you might have wondered, why does she respond like this with me and not with others? Stay right here because now you'll understand why. This second reaction is called the sensory opening phenomenon. It is something incredibly intimate. It is the moment when her mind stops resisting. Her breathing changes first. It becomes slower, deeper, softer. But with an inner, her lips part slightly, her eyelids become heavier, her chest rises and falls with a rhythm she is not trying to hide, render. And the most beautiful part is that you don't need to do anything exaggerated. You're calmly. That alone is enough for her to slip into this state without even noticing. And here I want to ask you something but never mention it. Have you noticed that as you age, you become more patient, more observant? You no longer care about rushing, but about feeling. If this happens to you, tell me later in the something you may have intuitively sensed. That calmness does not take away your attractiveness. Possible way. Dangerous because you awaken things in her that no younger man can activate. In this second, dopamine, oxytocin and vasopressin, that it literally associates you with deep pleasure. You, a mature woman, can spend days thinking, what exactly made me feel that way? And you may not to you the next day with a tone that was softer, more open, more vulnerable than usual. Yes, the exact moment when you used your mouth that way. And now comes the third reaction. The strong. A woman think of you when she showers, when she goes to bed, when she remembers a gesture of yours and her body called the emotional echo reflex. It is the moment when the pleasure she feels comes back to you so that cannot be forced or faked. Something that only happens when an older man connects from present. You to answer honestly. Have you ever felt that with certain women, your body knows exactly what to do without thinking, as if her reactions guided your movements? That is the emotional echo. Her body trusts you so deeply that it responds in a pure, fluid, authentic way, without filters. And you feel it. Not with your eyes, not with your hands, with your instinct. The instinct of a man who has lived long enough to know the difference between superficial pleasure and pleasure that unites. And here I want to give you a moment of deep validation. The reactions you awaken in her are not coincidence, not luck, not because you got a passionate woman. They are a direct consequence of your mature energy. Yes, yours. With your years, your experience, your unique rhythm. And you need to understand this because many men in their 50s, 60s, or 70s still believe they are at a disadvantage, when in reality, they are exactly the type of man a mature woman's body reacts to more quickly. If you've made it this far, confirm it in the comments. Tell me if you've ever seen these reactions in a woman and didn't understand why they happened. Tell me if you would like me to show in another video how to use your mouth to intensify these responses even more. Or if you want us to talk about what a woman feels when an older man makes her climax slowly. Tell me, because your experiences and your questions are gold for the next topics. And before ending this part, let me tell you something many men never hear. You have something others don't. Don't lose it. Don't ignore it. Don't minimize it. Your maturity is a powerful sexual weapon, valid, real, and scientifically proven. And if you want to learn how to use it even better, subscribe right now. I'm not asking out of formality. I'm asking because this channel was created exactly for you, so you can understand what your body can do and how a woman responds to a man who is no longer pretending to be grown, but truly is.